Okay, we're still on 595 here. It's got super slippery. We're 4.1 kilometers from Highway 590, according to the GPS. It's like a skating rink here. I've been sliding this way and that way and everywhere. And you can see we're still running on empty in the middle of nowhere here. Because on the way out here, if you recall the first video, I got lost in the fog on Highway 590 and I missed the 595 turnoff, and I blew it by about 10 miles before I realized I missed it. I couldn't see nothing. And I just wanted to bring one thing up here. You know, the last 2 months I fought with this truck with engine temperature not coming up past 60 degrees Celsius on the gauge on the dash. And I changed 3 thermostats. Emma's over there sleeping. Whoops. Hey, are you sleeping, Emma? Can't see you. She's in the dark. And I changed 3 thermostats, 195 degree thermostats, and engine temperature still would not come up past 160. I put a winter front on the front of the truck to block the rad off. I tried all kinds of things, and I wasn't getting heat in the truck at all. And when the heater motor went, well, let me back up. Let me back up 1 second here. So then I changed the water pump in this truck after the thermostats, because ever since I bought this truck, like like 13, 14 years ago, the water pump shaft would start leaking antifreeze, and it would leak for a week or so, dripping a little bit, and then it would seal itself up again, and it would be fine for months, and then it would do it again. So I figured, well, maybe there's a problem with the water pump and it's just sort of backwashing into the rad all the time. It's not pumping properly. So I changed the water pump. Still, the engine temperature wouldn't come up. And then the heater motor went on this truck just last week. The bushings went out of the motor, and I had literally had to tear the whole dash apart. I had to take the computer out of it to get to the heater motor, and like it was an all-day job to get it apart. So the truck was disabled, so I had no wheels to go to town to get a heater motor. So I took a U-Haul truck to town and got the heater motor. Came back and tried to figure out why I wasn't getting any heat. I had already back flushed the heater core, the CLR. I pumped CLR through the system for like 4 hours. Still, you know. And then I started to play with the heater control, and I'm listening for this electric motor noise that would be opening and closing the water valve on the hot water. So I found the electric motor that was activating on the heater box, and it was in one heck of a darn place to try and get a socket into, never mind a ratchet to get it out of there. And I pulled the electric motor off, and it was only turning this it was a damper inside there, an air damper on the hot air side. And I took the heater box apart on that flapper, and I found a 30-06 bullet, one of my bullets from my rifle. I guess one day when I shot a moose, I pulled the clip out of my gun, and the round I had in the chamber, I threw the clip and the single round up in the dash of my truck, and I guess I forgot about it, and it fell down the heater vent. Well, it was jamming that flapper inside the electric motor turned to direct the hot air out. When you didn't want heat, it directed the hot air out through the vents, out where your windshield wipers are outside, in that grill behind the back of the hood. So this truck, it's always got hot water going through the rad all the time, but when you call for heat, it closes that damper and it allows the heat to come into the in the truck. When you don't want heat and you turn it the other way, it vents it outside through that grill. So I got that all unjammed and I put it all that part back together, along with putting the dash back together with the heater motor and everything in it. And still the engine temperature would not come up past 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And I started investigating it more, and I always knew that this truck had two temperature probes. Okay, we're turning on to 590 right now, heading towards Kekabeka. We're at 5